Hello, Joe Gill here again. I'm here to talk to you about a little bit something different, but since I did a video on London last week, I figured I would do something on a very popular British vacation spot. It's a place that I've actually been to. I was there in 2013, May. The end of May. It was actually Memorial Week, or Memorial Week of that. The place is called Magaluf. Well, what and where is Magaluf, you might ask? It's actually on the Spanish island of Majorca. The capital is La Palma, or Palma, Majorca. It's probably about an hour, 45 minutes south. And what it is, it's just a small little beach resort area that is a very major popular tourist with the Brits, or the English people. Mainly, it's mostly for younger crowd, and the busiest time to go is July, August. Middle of June till about maybe September. Beginning of September, from what I was told. I actually went in May because I was like 41 at the time. It was 2013 and all that. So, and like I said, the age. So this video is more for you youngsters to watch and possibly enjoy. It's for basically, I'd say the age group during that time of the year is pretty much 18 to 25. So if you're around 30, and you're kind of over 35, yeah, I would say that's a little bit too old, maybe, or you'd probably be too old for the scene, and over 40 would probably be definite. I went because I just never went. Like I said, I have friends in England. They were always telling me about places like Ibiza, Magaluf, Napa, or whatever, where they go and party. And basically that's the agenda, is that they go there and the Brits, they really cut loose and party. I think where I stayed was, hotel I stayed with, I think it was an semi-inclusive, all-inclusive, called the Tierra Nova or something like that, hotel resort. I can't recall. Anyway, basically what it is, there's one main drag, one main street where all the bars and places to drink and party and everything. And like I said, it's just loaded. It's pretty much, that's all that's there during that time. It's just pretty much all Brits, on the piss and party. And this place gets pretty wild. It gets pretty crazy, and it was it got a little bit wild when I was there, but it just wasn't that many people, and that's what I intended. That's what I was looking for. And the nickname they call it is called Shagaloof, because I guess it's kind of like their own personal hookup spot. It's like what Americans would call a vacation meat market, so to speak. I don't know. Well, the Brits, they just call it Shagaloof. It's like, well, it's basically you can just go there, party, and get a bloody shag, little sex or whatever. So initially, so you're saying, okay, so technically you don't have to pay for it, but you usually talk about working girls and stuff. And I go, yeah. And I didn't intentionally go to this place for that purpose. I sort of just stumbled upon it. So getting to that real quick. Yeah, I stumbled upon it. I was walking back from the drinking street area, and some guy was standing out on the main drag, and he says, "Excuse me, sir, would you like to come and see our brothel?" And I'm like, "What?" And I go, "No." And I just sort of waved my hand at him, and I go, "No, come on, give me a break." And it wasn't that I wasn't interested. I just didn't believe him that there were brothels, or the working, back down this alley in this back area, just off of the the main drinking drive. It was right at the beginning, right at the start, where you go, and then you go down the drinking street, and then it kind of veers off. You can veer off to the right, and then you go to another courtyard, and there's more drinking bars areas there. So anyway, the next night I decided to go check it out, and I could walk back there, and sure enough, there's about 4 or 5 different like little brothel areas. So I'm like, son of a bitch. I thought there might have been just maybe like some strip clubs and, or some type of shit like that or whatever that, I don't know, the strip club sort of has never been my scene. Anyway, so I go back there and I'm walking around checking, and some of the girls are standing outside, so I run into this girl, Romanian. I actually remember her name, real kind of bizarre name. Her name was Janina. Anyway, so I'm talking to her, and it was sort of towards the end of the night, and I was on my way back from when I was out. And then anyway, I'm saying, well, how much is it? How much would you, she goes, 75 euros. And I'm like, really? And I'm like, okay, that's a little on the high side, but I figured I haven't really, gotten off or really gotten laid. I mean, I attempted to in London earlier when I first arrived when I was staying the first couple of days in London, but of course I couldn't finish with the German gal that it was at the spot in Western London. Anyway, so I thought, look, I'm kind of on my way back. I'm kind of calling it a night, and I really want to hook up with you. Are you going to be here tomorrow? And I'm asking her, and I said, will you give me the same price? And da-da-da-da-da. And I go, I promise you I'll be back. Come back tomorrow night. The next night she's trying to say, no, it's like 95 euros. And I said, come on, you told me, last night that it was going to be, 75. And I said, she said, well, it's not. And anyway, I had to negotiate. She said, okay, 80. So I go back in there, and I'm thinking it's going to be like actually closed off rooms. It wasn't. It was kind of like a bed with a drape, with, something like this. A drawstring, and that kind of made me a little jittery. It was like a small room with a bed, and anyway, I go in there, and it was basically half and half. So she starts giving me a BJ to get me going, and then some other girl pops her freaking head in, like right where I'm laying back, like right here, and then she's saying, well, do you want another? Do you want like do you want another girl to have a 3-way? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. And I'm sitting here trying to concentrate because I'm already nerve-wracked with the way this whole situation is set up. She's like, are you sure you don't want it? I said, yeah. I go, yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I don't. Come on, And I'm waving my hand. I go, seriously, get lost. And it's like she wouldn't leave. And so, I mean, I just thought I would mention that, because that's kind of how, I've never been in a situation where it has just a bed with a drawstring and all that shit. That to me, that was a little bit nerve-wracking. Typically, whenever I've gone into an indoor thing, it's actually, you go actually in a room with walls surrounding and a door and all that. So it was odd, but that's basically it. So that's right off the main drinking street. So that's an option. I mean, if you are older, you're over 40, I mean, you can. I mean, when I was there, I ran into like about 6 girls from Liverpool, and I was hanging with them having a drink, and they were actually staying at my hotel. And so I was sitting there socializing, and it was kind of like off and on talking, and I sort of asked them their age, and they said they were married. They were all married from Liverpool. Ranging age from 48 to 50. So they were, were aged a little bit, but they were decent looking for older gals, older British gals and all that. And anyway, I just got a vibe, and then they tried to invite me. They said, oh, we're going to leave, and you want to hang out with us tonight? And I thought, nah. I didn't get a good vibe. I didn't want to waste my night, waste my time with them. Possibly be pressured into paying for some of their drinks or paying for somebody's drink, and then staying out till late at night, and then not being able to close the deal. That's happened to me before in Scotland when I was trying to hit on a chick from Liverpool and all that. So I just said, no, go on, you go ahead or whatever. So, I wasn't the oldest person there, but anyway, getting back with the Brits, you should have a good time, especially if you're youngster, because the clubs will be going off. The Brits, they're pretty wild. They're pretty crazy. I remember when I was there sleeping, even at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, I hear a lot of British yelling and screaming and chanting. I was hearing beer bottles like breaking, and because I guess they were calling it a night. I mean, I was done by 2 o'clock in the morning. I was headed home. I was calling it a night. But like I said, it's Europe. The night begins for some of the youngsters, by 11 or 12 midnight, and they stay out till, like I said, 5 or 6. The party doesn't end till the sun rises, so to speak, And the bars over there, of course, stay open. So, yeah. Another sign that it was rowdy, I actually woke up. Down in the lobby, there was glass windows around the front. One of the full windows had been busted out. I guess some rowdy drunk person busted it out. Then I remember, like, in one of the stairways, like going on the stairs, I noticed blood. There was blood smeared on the wall. Then walking through some of the hallways. This was an outdoor hotel. You know how you have indoor hotels where all the rooms are indoors and surrounded by indoor hallways, and you got like hotels or motels. You got the motel type of feel where it's like a Motel 6 and there's multi-levels, and the hotels are actually outside. There's outside hallways and all that. That's what this Tierra Nova or whatever site was. Then I found like a used condom laid right outside, right in one of the hallways. So yeah, this is definitely a place you can try your luck with one of the British honeys. Another thing is the beach down there. You're right by the beach. The ocean is just like, from my hotel, you just start walking down the hill, and then to the left there's like a stairway or walkway, and it goes right down the ocean. Everyone there is topless. Topless. Even right out the pool, and I had a view of the pool. All the women out there, all the women were late, and there was a day where the pool was just crowded. And so I was looking out there, there's a bunch of time, and I said, I got to go take a closer look. And then when I went out there, the Liverpool ladies were out there, and they were all laying around topless and all that. And I was sort of laughing and tripping out on them. And then there were some younger honeys that looked like they were in their early 20s, 22, 23, 21, They were all topless, and I was kind of sitting at a distance, kind of looking out at the corner of my eye. It's like, God, they were pretty fit. One ran by me, but she had her hand like over her chest, and she had and then she's like kind of smiling at me, and I just kind of smirked and nodded in approval and all that. I didn't stay out there for long. I just went, was really casual, took a quick look. But you know what? If you're a youngster, being my age, I was a little bit concerned. But if you're like 20, 21, to me, that looked like a good breeding ground to try to go down there and try to pick up women. You pick up gals. And I imagine if you go in July, your hotel pool is just going to be jam-packed. I'm telling you, if I were that age, I probably would go. Even though I already went, but like I said, if I were 20 years younger, I probably would have, went during more of the high season. Other than that, I was going to say that's about it. There is one major discotheque there, and I saw some of the videos. You go across, there's a courtyard there. They have like a Baywatch bar in this courtyard, and behind it there's this big discotheque, and they show like photos in a big like video screen where they advertise, and they show Tuesday night, Wednesday night, or whatever night they say it's a washing machine party, foam party. They're showing video, and they show pictures of it, and it looks like it's really insane. And basically, some of you people might have heard of this before, but it's definitely a younger crowd. Basically, it's where they spray all this foam or water or whatever it is, combination on the dance floor, and you're just covered like up to your waist and your chest in foam. And basically girls are there in bikinis and stuff like that, and guys are able to, you know, it's okay to take off your shirt and whatever, show up in your, you kind of sort of, at one of those parties you show up in your bathing suit. I didn't go because it wasn't like there was a ton of people. I mean, that's a type of a nightclub or a big, it's a huge discotheque that you go where you want to go where there's going to be a bunch of people. I mean, what's the point of going to some washing machine party where you and maybe like 7 or 10 other people are out on the dancing floor? It's like, yay. And of course the video they were showing was when the place was jam-packed and going off and freaking insane. So yeah, it looks like during the high season, you know, end of June, July, August, maybe beginning of September, that the place goes off. Oh, the price. At the beginning, it was like 25 euros, all included, meaning your drinks were included. It was a 25 euro cover, so probably about 30 American dollars, 35, 32. But, you know, of course, all your drinks, probably well and draft, so if you're a beer drinker, you know, you can drink for the whole night. And, of course, it doesn't open until maybe 11 or midnight. But other than that, that's basically it. That's basically it for old Magaluff. Stay tuned. I'm going to actually do another video tomorrow and put it up and get it up, but it's going to be on something a little different. You'll see. All right, till then, cheers, and I will talk to you soon. Ta-ta for now.